Hi, my name's Kurt Burnett. I'm the naturalist at the Limberlost State Historic Site here in Geneva, Indiana. And behind me, you see the original Limberlost cabin where a very famous Indiana author lived and wrote, and you're going to find out a lot more about her and her home in this video. Now we're standing in the dining room of the Limberlost cabin. Jean Stratton Porter had a nickname. She was known as the Bird Woman. And Jean Stratton Porter wrote herself as the Bird Woman into her two most famous books, Freckles and A Girl of the Limberlost. She also wrote her home into those two books as the Bird Woman's house. And I'm going to prove that to you by reading a short paragraph from A Girl of the Limberlost. This is the scene where the girl, whose name is Elnora, first comes to visit the Bird Woman. She walks up to a big red log cabin, knocks on the front door, and a maid lets her in. It says, Elnora followed down the hall and entered a long room with high paneled wainscoting, an old English fireplace with an overmantel, and closets of peculiar china filling the corners. At a bare table of oak, yellow as gold, sat a woman Elnora often had watched and followed covertly around the Limberlost. The Bird Woman was holding out a hand of welcome. So you see, that kind of proves it for you. Jean wrote her home into her most famous books. We're in another interesting room here in the Limberlost cabin. This is the bathroom. Now, Jean Stratton Porter also used her bathroom as a dark room to develop photographs. In Jean's time, they didn't have all the wonderful digital cameras that we have nowadays that let us see our pictures instantly. Her camera looked more like this, and she had to develop the pictures that came out of it. So she used the bathroom as a dark room by covering up the window so no light came in, and then she would light a little kerosene lantern like this one, and that gave her a red glow that she could work by but wouldn't destroy the photographs that she was making. Now, Jean was so good at developing photographs that the Kodak camera company heard about her, and they sent a top representative here to see just what she was doing that produced such good work. And Jean writes that she was very embarrassed that this man would see her darkroom because, as you now know, her darkroom was the bathroom. Besides writing famous novels, Jean Stratton Porter also wrote nature books like Moths of the Limberlost that I'm holding here. In this book, Jean writes that she would sleep in this room with a tray of cocoons near her head. When the moths emerged from the cocoons, that would wake Jean up so she could study them. Now, one story she tells in this book, one night she was working with a Cecropia moth, female, and the screen door was open there. It was a warm night. She realized that the Cecropia moth had attracted lots of male Cecropias out there, and she walked out on the porch just to see how many. She says that twice she lost count at 100 moths filling the air on that beautiful warm May night. This is the porch that Jean Stratton Porter came out onto to count all those moths flying around. When she got out here, she realized since she'd been working with a female Cecropia moth, she smelled like one, and the male moths flying around started landing on her until she was standing here on that warm summer night, almost covered by beautiful giant Cecropia moths. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your virtual tour of the Limberlost cabin, and if we've interested you in Jean Stratton Porter, come over here to visit us and learn more stories about Jean here in Geneva, the land of the Limberlost.